Into the granite city of Teloth wandered the youth, vine-crowned, his yellow hair glistening with myrrh, and his purple robe torn with the briars of the mountain Sidrek that lies across the antique bridge of stone. Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and gender non-conforming people. My name is Andrew Carr, and today we will be talking about the H.P. Lovecraft short story. Well, I can't believe I forgot this. My name is Andrew Carr, and welcome back to another episode of the Carr-Quest of H.P. Lovecraft. Today we will be covering the story, The Quest of Iranon. Not a whole lot to really talk about this one, I'm afraid. But we'll get to that. So it follows this young man named Iranon, and Iranon is he says he's a prince from the far off kingdom of Era, and he asks he can only remember bits and pieces of it, and he sings about it all the time, but you know, the village he ends up in, they don't really like his singing, until he meets a young boy named Ramnod. Was it Ramnod? Hold on. Just a moment. Yeah, Ramnod, who, with Iranon, try to find Era, except it might also be called Unai, because Ramnod thinks that time has passed long enough that it may be under a different name. Again, not again, this is the first time I'm saying it. The story is just kind of fine. I kind of like how similar to Cats of Ulthar and, what was the other one? The Other Gods? That it's more kind of told like a fairy tale. So it kind of has a sort of a fairy tale or like a legend sort of vibe to it. But again, I was just kind of reminded of The Other Gods and Cats of Ulthar, and I'd honestly rather read that than Quest of Iranon. Now again, that's not to say that it's bad, and I will admit, much like the last story, Ex Oblivione, which I'm recording several hours after, which I'm recording this episode several hours after recording the Ex Oblivione one, but yeah, this one's it's just kind of okay. It's not the best H.P. Lovecraft story. It's just kind of meh. And I think what also might have not helped was that it's also getting kind of late, and I'll be honest, I kind of struggled to stay awake during parts of it. I had to keep going back and being like, just to hear what just happened in the story. So which I don't think is necessarily reflective of the story. I think it's more just, it might just be me being tired. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting one. I mean, it's definitely one that is worth reading. I noticed there were some references to other H.P. Lovecraft stories. We got another reference to Sarnath again, so that's always cool. It's always cool to reference Sarnath. Yeah, and again, it's just kind of a story. There's not really a whole lot to really sort of talk about, at least to me. Again, it's just kind of another quest one, kind of like The Other Gods, and I really liked The Other Gods, but this one's just, I like, in comparison to The Other Gods, I like that there is sort of intrigue with finding Era, and trying to sort of, like, is Era even real, is it not, and I do like the aspects of that. It's just, again, I think it's just, it might more just be me in my current state of being than the actual story itself. So yeah, I'm just kind of overall mixed on it. I liked it fine. It's not awful or anything. It's just, I just didn't I think I just might not have been in the best mood at the present moment to have really taken in all that it was saying, and all that it was doing. So, I'll probably, for the Quest of Iranon, I'll probably give it a high B, maybe, because I do like the intrigue. The intrigue is still really good. The ending is a bit kind of but, well, not that it's a bad ending. It's just, again, Lovecraft's prose kind of, sort of, make it seem, it's kind of confusing to read at times, which I've gone on and on and on about throughout the rest of the series. But, yeah, so I'm feeling, I'm feeling kind of a high B on this one. But, even though the story is a high B, what I will say is that, hey, we caught up with the stories that I missed in October. Yay! So, yeah, so now we should be back on track again. And because of that, I am happy to announce that the next story that we will be covering for the Carr-Quest of H.P. Lovecraft will be The Hound. Ooh, The Hound. So until then, ladies, gentlemen, and gender non-conforming people, my name is Andrew Carr. This has been the Carr-Quest of H.P. Lovecraft, and I'll see y'all in the next episode, The Hound, and hopefully I won't take a long, unannounced hiatus again in the near future. But if I do, I'll make sure to also actually let you know that it's happening this time. So until then, see y'all later. Bye.